Well, we got the cars all loaded up. We're ready to gamble. Awesome, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
We're at our first gas station, doing some quick calculation. What are we getting on these 31s?
Bigger tires, so we're gonna add 8% to our mileage. 22.09.
That's not bad. And you know, we are crushing the aerodynamics game, and we're rubbing rubber all the way.
Yup. Oh yeah, we're max overflow, so it's for sure.
And the off-roading starts now. We made it to Bend, right? We're in Bend?
Just outside of Bend, yeah.
We're just outside of Bend, and we're pretty sure we can get all the way to Chipotle off-road from here, so that's the idea. What is it about this place? Like, the second you get here, everyone just starts acting like an idiot. I love it. This is such a good place to do this kind of stuff.
Well, old Master Ute here decided she don't want to have any power anymore. And she stopped to look, and two of the 4 turbo flange bolts have backed out, and the gasket is blown out.
And this right here is the OG Gambler 500.
While we're waiting for the Ute to cool down, I'm stealing some bolts from the other Beamer to replace the missing turbo flange bolts. And I don't really need a front sway bar. That's, you know, optional.
Dude, it's wild. It's wild. We're full sanding out here.
We're just drifting around mountain roads, full dust. I mean, pitch black. This is what it's about. This is why you come.
But on the plus side, the Ute's tall enough, we don't need jacks.
That's really nice.
I mean, I brought a jack, but it's just a high lift, and I'm not crawling under a car on a high lift unless I absolutely have to. The plan is to try and make a gasket out of some aluminum cans and see if that'll get us back to running decent until tomorrow, when we can maybe get some gasket material at a store.
While Ethan's fixing the turbo, our fellow gamblers are climbing trees. Hey Wes, have you heard of Coloradoing?
No, is this it?
Yeah, except they do it when there's 6 feet of snow on the ground, for when it breaks, you fall into the snow. But right now, if it breaks, you know, I think your wife is gonna be stoked to see this footage.
So the process is cut the top off the aluminum can, and then either cut or tear out the center. This time I'm trying the tear method because it seems a little less likely to end in me bleeding. Not that I was bleeding last time, but anyway. And then you're left with this little ring, which is kind of a crush washer, gaskety sort of situation. Will it work? I don't know, but it'll be better than nothing.
We managed to rally through the woods for a couple hours last night, find a really good campsite. And how'd turbo repair go?
It actually went really good. Yeah, it was back to 100%, so it may leak a tiny bit, but not enough to affect performance right now. So we'll just keep rallying it that way and keep checking the bolts, and if we really need to, we could get a gasket, but we'll probably just wait till we get home for that, because she rallies.
You.
And these tires were terrible on the highway all the way down, as you might imagine, for ATV tires, but on these back roads, they're incredible. They're so soft and just roll over everything.
first obstacle.
Guys,
Ethan's going for axe mode. Now it's back to rally time. So, Sam is gambling.
I am class 10 Sandy.
He's not missing a tooth. He just has a giant clump of dirt.
what did you do?
Oh yeah.
She liked the cookies.
We didn't even get a cookie.
Uh-oh, that's a
That's
good
a,
splasher.
That's a solid amount of oil. Okay. Oil feed line to the turbo.
Just came off?
No, it's got a hole in it.
Oh, shoot.
Too much vibration or
Yeah, too much rattling around. The good news is nothing major is dead. The bad news is I don't know if we can hatch that.
Need some
Ow.
Dr. J pump.
Well, we have Dr. J and we have a lot of electrical tape. You can't even really see the hole, actually. You can just see a little spot here of black on the outside of it, because obviously the metal isn't what melted. It melted the plastic part inside. So I think my plan is going to be to mix up a bunch of JB weld and smear it all around this whole section, tape the crap out of it, and then try to reinstall it before the JB sets, so that I don't bend it and crack the JB while I'm getting it in there. So we'll see if that works. It's the best chance we got. Otherwise, we'll have to park the ute here and rally to town in the vert and get some supplies.
Well, we want to go rally while our JB weld dries, but we're not sure how to wake up Wes. He's really just loving the ground right now. I was trying to talk him into going into the shade, but you know, when you're there, you're there. All the other guys are sleeping. So Steven and I were playing with this volcanic rock, and we're like, I wonder if that mountain is a volcano. And straight up,
It's a volcano.
we
It's
had no
definitely a
idea.
volcano.
I did not think it was going to be a volcano, but there you have it.
We went and rallied the other car for a while. Some people took some naps, took some walks. JB's had some time to dry, so time to start it up and see if it holds.
You.
If it does, I'm buying stock in JB Weld. It's definitely not spraying. So far, not a drip.
Is that a win?
I say we should get, I'll shut it off. We can just get rolling. We'll know immediately if it starts leaking.
What do you think about this whole plan?
Dude, I got the nap. I was one of those people, so we're on board with that. I'm ready.
How is your pillow, dude?
We got some shoes and a little pumice.
How you feeling?
Good, man. I'm ready to rally.
We're here at Napa Auto Parts, keeping things legal. I hit a tree last night and backing down a hill climb. So here we are. I'm surprised this is the first Napa we've been to on the road trip so far.
Yeah, good old steel stick here. This is gonna be the non-adjusting mirror, so it will be just for looks after this is done.
Well, Dr. J came through and saved the day here. We made it all the way to the Napa here in Lapine, Oregon, and still not a drip of oil, but we're gonna go ahead and replace it with a longer hose that doesn't rub on the exhaust pipe. And then go send some hoopty cross maybe.
We found our first other turboed Gambler, and that one's even bigger than ours. Replacing the bolts we stole to get that turbo in the first place so we can get our sway bar back. How was that last downhill session without the sway bar?
We didn't feel it on the off-road, but as soon as we hit pavement, you could definitely tell that a sway bar makes a difference.
Especially when you're on 31s.
Yeah, like Ethan said, it's optional, but we'll choose the option of having it.
Yeah, this new oil line is way better. It's rated for 6,000 PSI, so that should be enough. But mainly it's 2 feet longer and it's got a 90 on the end, so it's way clear of the exhaust all the way through. Turbo kit are garbage and it blew off twice. We're gonna go for multiple zip ties instead of a T-clamp because they broke. The T-clamps are just terrible. We'll see if 3 of the world's heavy dutiest zip ties can handle it.
We are, oh wow, incredibly dirty, having a great time. We just got by the Go Power Sports booth and they had this big hill. We're drifting all over it. It was pretty good. And right now, the whole squad is just breaking the turbo, rebuilding the turbo, breaking the turbo, rebuilding the turbo.
Every 10 minutes.
That's apparently the name of the game. So what happened to the vert?
So we broke it for sure. We snapped the CV, which isn't really a surprise. It's not quite set for 31s, but we were doing like this hill drift, and the side that had all the weight, we think it just bit the tire with like max power and snapped the CV. So that's best case. The diff didn't break, so we can hopefully get a Napa CV tomorrow and play around on the way back up to Bend, and then it will be highway ready. But this thing, dude, is invincible.
This whole time we were really hoping it wasn't gonna rain. And it looks like for our longest drive home, we're gonna get the rain. We've got no top. We have, Ethan has a rain jacket and one glove.
One glove, that's all I can find.
Passengers have sleeping bags. And then you said it was cold even in the ute, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's in relation to how warm I want to be.
Not in relation to this.
Anything near that.
So it's gonna be a rowdy drive home, and it just started raining. This is what it's all about. This is the Gambler 500 right here, and this is Grindhard Plumbing Company.
Oh yeah! Woo! Need to go together like donuts and coffee.
There's nothing better than being miserable with your friends. This is perfect.
It's really coming down now. Oh yeah, it's a good time.
So how was being in that convertible?
Oh, it's a misery pit when it starts raining. I was balled up with a sleeping bag over me, and it still finds a way in somehow to just soak every part of you.
Your shoes are wet, and you were in a car and you got your shoes wet.
Yeah, I made the mistake of taking those off, and it was raining on the back floorboard, and there was water in my shoes and around the shoes. It's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. The front actually wasn't as bad as you'd expect.
It's
the
like
only part of me that's wet is just like this side. It was cold, but not the worst thing ever. Definitely not the best thing.
You should take a turn in the back.
Got standing water up in here. That's how it's done. Now after that gas stop, we forgot to film, but both cars made it home perfectly safe and sound. Kind of surprisingly, we limped on one axle all the way home on the convertible, but we're here, we're safe, and we're still doing the giveaway for the Lincoln welder and all that setup, plus $2,000. So head over to our site, the link is below. Every $5 you spend on merch gives you a chance to win.